Hello, and welcome back to the Board Gameographer. Wanted to go really quick over an unboxing of Pirates of Maracaibo. You can see that I probably a couple of videos that I have where I've actually taken shots of games on this particular mat. I really like it. But this is the actual game of the Pirates of Maracaibo. I did get this with the promotional extra figureheads. You get this by going to your friendly local game store and picking it up. I haven't really opened it. There's just two new figureheads, a dolphin and a, looks like snakes or something. So interesting. So anyways, let's go ahead and get to opening Pirates of Maracaibo. Alright, so it's Alexander Pfister and Ryan Hendrickson and Ralph Bienert giving credit to this. It's a standalone game, so if you're familiar with Maracaibo, this is, I guess, in a similar vein of Maracaibo, but this is the standalone version of it. Make it Alright, as far as the back goes, you can get an example here of what the game looks like. There's cards that you put out that are used to represent the different land masses and places where you can go before you get to actually Maracaibo. And do whatever is necessary here. I really haven't played it too much. I've studied a little bit, but really haven't played it. So, something that's important to me, I always get something that's single, at least solo. This will go up to 4 players, which is nice. Roughly 25 minutes per player is what it says. I can't speak to that, but anyways, I really do like the artwork on this. It's pretty nice. So, let's go ahead and open it. Oh, right. Oh, my little cutter is not cutting today. Alright. I don't know if you guys can hear it out there, but there's a storm really kind of blowing. There's a huge nor'easter coming in soon. It's pretty crazy. By the time you watch this, it may have already hit and gone. Alright, so here we are. Let's open it up. Is it the box is a little, well, you know, I do want to say it's a little thinner than most other boxes that I've opened, but I mean not too much thinner. No art in here to speak of. Okay. Oh my gosh, we have the obligatory, a bunch of Ziploc baggies to store all of the components. We have, looks like we have some cards, our decks of cards. I'm not exactly sure, looks like this might be solo related. These represent, I believe, the tiles that you saw on this, on the back of the box. And you know, just to let people know, this mat here, which is, it's single-sided. It's, as you can see, it's black on one side and this blue. Really, all it does is it gives you locations of where you put the cards. It doesn't provide any other benefit other than to help determine where the cards go. So, and also, you know, adds to the theme because it's kind of bluish. But anyways, back to the unboxing. Let's go through, see what other items we have here. So, we have a bag full of components. What are these components? So, we have some dice. Let's get some light on that. And get this to focus. There we are. some dice. Looks good. It looks like these are the ship meeples for the characters. I don't know, shield icons, some kind of icon, again, of the 4-player colors. I did a little bit of reading on this, and these represent resources. I think it's like gold and stuff, but these are like resources. They're not having to do with the players. Okay, these are the player meeples, again, in all the colors. Let me get this thing to focus. I don't know why I'm not focusing. Anyways, shoot. So there we are. So these are the meeples. And some more, yet some more. I thought I already had 4. So there's 4 more ships. I guess you get 2 ships each. That's the way I look at it. And these are just some more additional resources. Gray resources. Alright, so now we have the instruction manual. Didn't mean to bend it there. The rule book. Pirates of Maracaibo. Oh, it's a really nice manual here. Very colorful. Goes over all the tokens, and as you can imagine there's the marker cubes. There's 62 doubloons that I'm going to have to punch out. A lot of punching in this particular game. Setup of the game. The overall gameplay. So it looks like a pretty good comprehensive manual. I look for solo, and what I don't like is I don't like where solos are like, oh, okay, I think the last half of one page, but it looks like this is, let me see here. Yeah, they actually start with the solo mode on page 11, so yeah, it's pretty comprehensive, and I like that. A bit of a better solo automa. So this looks like the main player board. Oh, how nice! Pirates of Maracaibo, and you know it's really cool because you don't see that. It's just nice addition. So this must be Maracaibo, the bay where, I guess, where my pirates land, and I got a score tracker. It goes around here. Really nice. So, okay, it looks like this one came out of the punch board. These are player boards, apparently. So, I don't want to have everything fall out, but... Oh man, okay, so you can see there's quite a lot of cardboard. Quite a lot of cardboard. So here, yes, these are some of the player mats. Treasure tokens, things for, here's some, wow, here's a lot of these, the fronts of the ships. And, you know, I got 2 as a promo, which doesn't seem to be a lot considering how many there are. But at least they're different than what you get with a base game. Some more player boards and balloons. Okay, so on the map there are 3 areas that are fixed. Right, so you have the center and you have 2 of the edges that these represent. So when you're putting all the cards out, these are always there. Right, so in different areas, I think in different sections of the actual map. So, here are some ships, and some more ships. Total of 4, of course, because there's 4 players. A lot of things I'm going to have to punch to get that out. So, anyways, that is everything with the Pirates of Maracaibo. Definitely seems very interesting. I can't wait to actually get it out and start playing. You know, but it looks like a fun game. I hear nothing but good things from the reviewers that talk about Maracaibo. Oh, you know what? I haven't shown you what the cards look like. I'd like to see the cards myself. So let's take a look. All right. So this is the deck that starts with 1. So so 1 and 2. There can't be just 1. Must be on the other deck. Game companies, just so you know, they do split up the creation of cards and things like that, so that because they only can print so many and store so many in one stack. So anyway, so there's some 1s and 2s. Let's look at what they look like here. So we have a little lantern. So these are different items to get. What other things you can get? Different ships. So these must be the areas in the sea. These are all, I guess, in the sea. Diving bell. Okay, so there's just definitely a lot of items and some ships. Just things that you can get. And all right, let's look at the other one here. Oh, not very good at opening today. Okay. So now we have this, let's go rope. And the rope, this may be Automa related. I'm not so sure, but well, I'll have to read the instructions to this rope. And so let's go over this again really quick. Looks like there's just items that you can get with the rope, 3 different choices. Like I said, it might be Automa related, I'm not so sure. Now we have other decks, other cards that have like this symbol on them. Looks like some kind of envelope. And let's ignore the 1. Let's see what these are for now. Some more of the same, right? So these are like maybe treasure. Maybe these are related to the Automa as well. I'm not so sure. Again, I have to read the instructions. I apologize for the focusing. Camera's focusing on the wrong things. So you can see it. They're pretty cool. The quality's good. The cards are slick. They're not embossed. I prefer the embossed cards. But they're not flimsy, but they're not, I don't know, they're okay. They're okay. Nothing to speak of there. Nothing to write home on. Okay, here's some 1s with homes on it. Not so sure what that is. So, okay, these are islands that you put down on the map here. So. Yeah, so as you're building your map, this is something that would randomly, I'm sure, disappear. Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Antigua, different areas. Houses and things that are being used. Again, I'm not exactly sure what, but they definitely look kind of cool, right? So those are the items that you're going to get with Maracaibo. So you got the cards, you got all the different characters. So there's really not a lot. Now, one thing I do have to say, this thing has no storage mechanism other than a bunch of plastic Ziploc bags. And I don't like that, only because it just, I don't know, maybe it gets to the table easier. I'm not going to judge it right now, but I don't like that. I don't like a bunch of plastic things, and there's nothing to stop it. So, you know, it's going to, obviously I can't put the cards back like that, but it's going to, you know, shake around. And this is before I even punch the boards, right? So I don't know. It's we'll see. Perhaps I'll do another review and some kind of how I box it up, how I end up boxing it. We'll see if I can come up with a good solution of kind of home. What I normally do is I use things that I can just pick off of Amazon, like card. Here's an example of. I'm sticking some Hugo's Magic Tape in there, but these are just card holders. This is for 2 decks, right? So it may fit in here once the punch boards are done, and I can put cards or some of the resources in there. That's kind of a way, one of the things that I use, a technique that I use. But anyways, I'm going to have to work on that, and we can take a look at it when I get to that point. But anyways, that is the unboxing of Pirates of Maracaibo. Thank you very much for dealing with all of my weirdness on getting this out. If you haven't already, if you could please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. Not everything is just a simple unboxing. I also go over behind the scenes on what I do to make videos like this happen. Yeah, I am an amateur wildlife photographer, nature photographer, and so I love photographing things, everything. Not just wildlife, of course. Obviously I'm doing an unboxing video, but yeah, you'll see a little bit of that as well. So please like and subscribe, and thanks a lot for stopping by, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. All right, bye-bye.